Hello, ladies, gentlemen, children of all ages. This is Tom. I'm not naked. I'm wearing underwear. I can prove it. Somewhere down there you saw underwear. Anyway, shit. My cord that's been eaten by the dogs. I think I got my replacement cord today. I just haven't opened it. My roommate's pissed me off again. Pretty much, it's a general rule Monday through Friday. I won't talk to her. I'll stay in my room if she's awake. With the pills I take, I fall asleep by 9 anyway. Pills I was taking take me an hour and a half to fall asleep. But once I got to sleep, well, still, I'm a light sleeper. Even the lightest noise woke me up, but I could get right back to sleep, which never used to be the case. So, turn off Aerosmith for just one second. See, what I am is what I am. Are you what you are, or what? What I am is what I am. Are you what you are, or what you are? I'm not aware of too many things. I know what I am, and I know what it means. Do ya? Choke me in the shallow water before I get too deep. Choke me in the shallow water before I get too deep. Sorry, I just got. Well, see what happened this time is some of you, Terry, if Kyle were still on my friend list, I guess I'd ask him too. I know Denise is familiar with my cat carrier. Terry, we moved Vanna to Crossville in it. We moved Vanna to the hotel in McMinnville in it. We moved Vanna from the hotel in McMinnville to Shelly's house in it. Kyle, if he were still on here, moved me with an empty cat container to the Riverview Inn. Could be wrong on the name of it. You'd think after staying there 3 or 4 weeks at $300 a week, I'd remember it. But we moved an empty one because I took it out, locked up the camper, and expected to get at least one of my cats back to take with me. But psycho bitch Shelley Greenlee wouldn't let me have any of my animals back. If any of you happen to be along the outskirts of Van Lear, the one road in Van Lear that's in Houston County, if you're coming out of Van Lear, you cross the bridge, there's a sharp turn to the left, you take the road to the right at the beginning of that sharp turn. If you're going back toward Van Lear, of course, obviously it'd be the other way. And there's an old church on the left. You go over the big hill, you go down the big hill, over the new bridge, and you see a sign that says hidden driveway. It's actually 2 driveways. That's her house. You'll hear the dogs barking. I can't get Humane Society or anybody to go check that shit out. But I can prove, well, actually I can't because most of my receipts were in there. I can prove she stole $300 in heaters from me. I had another $300 in heaters, and I've got a 30-06 with scope that she took. That's felony. Anyway, but what Jan did was she said, no, that's my carrier. Cats R Us brought me Salem in that carrier. She's got another little carrier that straps around the cat's neck and leaves their face out while their paws can't go anywhere. Got news for her. Cats R Us cannot afford to be loaning out their carriers. They want their carriers back the same day, 24, 48 hours at the very latest. And I've heard some really nasty things about the basement of that place. So don't take your cats there. But don't take your cats to the Humane Society because they'll put them down. 3 days for a non-feral, in other words, a loving cat here in Clarksville, and 1 day for a feral. It's gone. Pretty much as soon as you walk out the door, it's gone. which is why I wind up keeping ferals. Right, Denise? Denise is feral. But anyway, yeah, I've kept many ferals in my time. Most of you don't know about any of them. Actually, the person who would know the most about the ferals in my past would probably be Dawn. The ferals after, the creature who shall not be named, and the one I put a ring on. Because while Dawn complains about having heard about them for 23 years, she didn't hear much about them. She may have heard about them over and over and over, but I didn't have the memories. So she really didn't hear about them. Just heard the names over and over and over. Which apparently tends to tire people out. Anyway, I'm looking to get moved. I've got until August. But I'm looking to get moved at the beginning of June, so I don't have to pay June's rent or July's rent. Plus, I have discovered I can't count on anybody. If somebody promises they're going to be here to show up, and they don't, and I've waited to the last minute, I'm fucked. That's how I wound up losing all my stuff when I moved out of the other house, because Kyle promised to be there. That's why he's not on my contact list anymore. Then when he showed up, we moved 3 loads in an economy Chevy pickup from like 82, 79, somewhere in there. Before the Chevy Loves came out, but after they've started making the small Chevys. So if you can figure out that date, there you go. The floorboards are rusted out. And he knew I needed a vehicle, and he decided to sell it. And I said, I'm real interested in it. What are you asking for it? And he says, well, let me confer with the wife. Called him a week later, said, so, what are you going to sell the Chevy for? Apparently I had it sold and didn't know it. I was pretty pissed. So it must have been one of her family, but still. He knew how bad I needed a vehicle. Her family members can probably find other vehicles. But anyway, he showed up. We moved 3 loads. One of the loads was the mattress and box springs to the bed I'm laying on right now. It's queen size. One of the loads was a few boxes. I'd already gotten Psycho Bitch to get most of the cats in her carriers and my carriers. I think I still had Vanna left when we moved. So that would have been the last cat I would have moved. She was my Vanna. And I'm gonna miss her. Anyway, may or may not have had Vanna. If I had Vanna, I might have had 2 carrying cases and brought Rusty along on that trip too. Those were my 2 longest time. No, it wasn't Rusty, it was Peyton. Peyton, because he wore all orange. So he was named after Peyton Manning. Which really meant a lot when Manning got traded to the Broncos. He owns over 27 Papa John's franchises in Denver. Well, Colorado anyway. He probably owns a lot more than that now. That little factoid's over 2 years old. You know what? Now that they've legalized pot, I'll bet those Papa John's are doing pretty fucking good. Anyway. So he should start buying up some franchises here in Tennessee, because there's still a lot of talk. There always has been. But then again, they said, they'd never legalized drinking in Crossville. When I grew up, you had to drive an hour in any direction. So what you did was you offered to buy for everybody. And everybody'd give you like a 20 to pick up a pint and a half, or a pint. And they said, the rest are covered gas. Usually I wound up with all my drinks for free, my gas paid for, and about $15 in spending money. But anyway, I digress. So anyway, I'm looking to move at the end of this month. Oh, I just got my letter that I have not been approved. I've been disapproved for food stamps. I was pretty sure I was $16 low last year, and my income, cost of living income, went up 1.5, and their bottom went up 3. So I thought, that would do it. I've got my forms to finish up my appeal for my disability claim. I've got 3 pages done. Now I'm to the pages where it says list each and every doctor. If there's more than 4, use these sheets. Well, there's only 3 sheets. I've got at least 4 places they need stuff from, and then it says list your medications, and there's 5 spaces. Hey gang, I'm on 21. Keeps me from killing myself or other people. I think that's kind of important. You may not think I'm weak enough to... Well, I am still. They sent the guy to test me at 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning, which was one of my good days. Anyway. I guess I better get off here. It's interesting, they're playing 2 Aerosmith songs in a row. 2 for Thursday? I don't think so. If I'm listening to the radio and not one of the TV Sonic stations from DirecTV, if I'm listening to the radio, it's the Austin P radio station. That's what this is. They're really good. I hardly ever listen to them on Tuesdays, though. It's Blues Tuesday. And then Saturdays in the morning, it's Bluegrass. I'll listen to either one for a little bit. But first minute a song comes on that I don't like, I'm gone. But I try and give them a chance. Anyway, I have babbled more than enough. Has anybody figured out the song at the beginning? Or did you even figure out that those were quotes from a song? Anyway, Anderson out.